Virginia is tightening its gun laws with a controversial move. It will no longer honor concealed carry permits from 25 states. The state's attorney general received a lot of backlash from gun advocates. They call the move dangerous and political. CBS News Justice Department reporter Paula Reid is in Washington now with the details. So how has it been before that people who had concealed carry permits elsewhere were free to carry them in Virginia?
Well, Contessa, under Virginia law, the state police could recognize concealed carry permits that were issued in other states as long as those other states' requirements mirrored those of Virginia. They were especially worried that those states would deny permits to those who would also be denied in Virginia. But the Attorney General says that he and the state police conducted an audit looking at other states and found these 25 states' requirements to be lacking. So they sent them letters saying they will no longer recognize their permits in Virginia.
Okay, so why is Virginia making the change now, and how effective might this be?
Well, it depends who you ask. The state attorney general says this is a common sense way to evenly apply the standards of concealed handgun permits. However, this is also a strategy that has been floated by those who want tighter restrictions on guns as a way to circumvent a Republican legislature. So this strategy, it just depends who you ask why he's doing it at this time. The attorney general says the idea is to prevent those who have certain mental health issues, felony convictions, who have been charged or convicted of stalking, keep guns out of those people's hands so they don't get a concealed permit in another state and come to Virginia where they would have been denied. But again, it is a strategy for those who do not want to go through the legislature.
Okay, so I mentioned some of the pushback here being called dangerous and political, especially as you might expect the NRA. What's their rationale for pushing back on this?
Well, it depends who you ask. Again, now the NRA has certainly come out in opposition of this, but there's people who argue that concealed handgun permits are just unnecessary and that if you have a legal gun, that you should be able to carry it however you please. So not only do people want these 25 states reciprocity be to recognize there, they want expanded reciprocity if you even need concealed handgun permits. However, all the blowback that this attorney general is getting, Contessa, it's just a small preview of what the president can expect if he decides to try to circumvent Congress and tighten gun restrictions.
And by the way, this is one of the reasons why it's always coming into question about the local laws over guns and whether there should be a big overhaul at the federal level, whether this is an issue that Congress should tackle and apply to all 50 states so you don't have the issue of what's legal in Virginia may not be legal in Washington, D.C., may not be legal in North Carolina, that kind of thing. All right, Paula Reid in Washington, thank you.